Alright everybody, so I wanted to make this video. If you're out there looking at a mobile home and you don't know what you're doing, I'm here to save you right now. So in this video we're going to talk about never buy a trailer or a mobile home without knowing this first. And I'm going to walk you through everything that I can put inside this 15-minute video. The things you need to know about buying a mobile home right now. This is going to save you a lot of money, this will save you a lot of time and a lot of heartache. So let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about money. Let's talk about finance. Like, you got to figure out how you're going to pay for this trailer, this mobile home, okay? And the aspects of the mobile home is going to really be important on your financing. So let's say you're wanting to finance. There are a lot of things you got to figure out. Is it a single wide, a double wide, a triple wide, etc.? You got to know whether you're doing an FHA loan, which they have their own requirement. You got to know whether you're going to do it with a conventional, what the bank will do. Some lenders will not even do a trailer. They're tough to begin with. So you might be having to do some other type of money. Now, if you were trying to finance it from a manufacturer, well, okay, they're going to want to know whether you're owning the land underneath it or you are renting the land underneath it. Now, if it's on wheels or if it's strapped down, if it's on blocks or a slab. Odds are, FHA, I'm not a lender. I have to say that just so I can talk, okay? Odds are FHA is going to make you off the wheels, on a slab, on blocks, or on some type of immovable situation. They don't want you to hook that thing up in the middle of the night and just roll out. The bank wants to make sure it's attached to the land. They're going to want to make sure also, most likely, you own the land underneath the trailer. They're most likely, a bank, a traditional financer, is not going to want mobile home. They don't want to finance a mobile home if you do not own the land underneath it. All right, so let's start underneath here. Okay, when you look underneath here, you're going to see straps. Most insurance providers, most financiers, as in lenders, are going to need this thing to be strapped down. Usually off the wheels. If you keep the wheels on, well, it's going to have to be on a slab, cinder block, strap down, etc. You got to look into what your lender, if you're trying to finance it, wants, what the county wants, or the city, the municipality, and your lender, because FHA has certain guidelines that you have to go by, and it's usually got to be on a slab. Some will allow block or on. That's super important because they don't want the thing to settle, shift, blow away during a hurricane, lift up during a tornado. Really important. You ever seen a trailer park during a tornado? It's not funny. It is bad, and that's the reason why they want you to have these straps on these things. It's hurricane straps. Now, let's say you finance it from the dealer. That's a totally different story. They're going to have their own rules and regulations or policy on what they will finance. So you got to figure out your financing first. There's a lot to do with that. Now, if you're buying cash, it's all on you. Okay? That will take me into the next one. If you own it with cash, you get to make your own rules. You can do whatever you want. Now, insurance. It's an insurance game. Real estate is always an insurance game for the most part, especially in the Gulf Coast and in Florida and in any type of hazardous environment. Okay? Whether you have fires or you have hurricanes. Most of South Florida is got a lot of trailers, okay? A lot of mobile homes, manufacturer modules, etc., etc., etc. So you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do for insurance. If you have a loan, they're going to make you have insurance, okay? And if you don't own the land underneath, insurance is going to be different than if you own the land underneath and it's strapped down. Most municipalities are going to make you strap that bad boy down, or they're going to treat it as like a trailer. Okay, a movable a trailer goes down the road like an RV. You got to figure out, and you most likely need to strap it to the ground. And you know the old saying, there's nothing like a tornado in a trailer park? What is it? There's nothing happier than a tornado in a trailer park, because these things will just fly away. They're made with thin aluminum or thin steel, and they need to be strapped to the ground or they can be dangerous. You don't want to be in one in a hurricane or a tornado because they will blow away. And most insurance companies do not want to insure them because of that exact same situation. Also, you want a newer one. You want one that is, 10, 15 years old. You don't want one that's 30 years old. One, they're not going to insure it. 2, the roof is one of the big things of insuring, okay? And with wind mitigation and wind problems, roofs go away. A lot of water damage creates a lot of insurance claims. And also with all the 4-point inspection, the electrical, the plumbing, the roof, the HVAC, they want to make sure it's safe, solid, and sound before they'll insure it. So insurability is another thing you got to figure out. Talk to some insurance agents and figure that out, most likely before you buy the property. I'll tell you another thing. Real estate agents are going to be tough to get on some of these trailers. One, because the price point is not high enough that their commission is, they can take the time to go through on a trailer transaction. It is just usually not big enough for them to make any money or to devote that amount of time to it. That's a problem with the real estate agent world to begin with. Go watch my videos on that. The pay-to-play world kind of has handcuffed real estate agents like that, and people need to know it's just a tough situation. But if you're buying from a dealer, real estate agent can't help you. But if it's listed on the MLS or it's on Zillow, most likely, and it's attached to the ground itself, they'll probably be able to help you. In some places, there's trailers that are $150,000, $200,000 and well worth their time. But when they're $10,000, $5,000, $20,000, it's really going to be tough to get a real estate agent. Same way it goes for electricity. It's got to have a safe electrical system. It's got to pass a 4-point. It's got to have a safe, clean roof. Can't leak. It's got to be insured, especially if you're going to finance this thing. If you're using cash, not so much. It's got to have a functioning sink, functioning bathroom, things like that. If you're going to do FHA or any of these government-backed loans, that the whole water system works. This one's in great shape. This trailer is ready to go, but this one's got a nice bathroom. It's probably one of the nicest trailers that I've been in around here. This one's actually listed for $75,000. Really great trailer. This is a single wide though, but it's like 1,300 square feet. Super nice. So my point is, when these things don't hold their value too much because they're mobile and they're not built like a stick-built house. I'm doing this just so you know, just for your information. And as a real estate agent, I'm just straight shooting you here. I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to be upfront. Also, if you have any type of porches built on this thing, the appraiser is going to want this to be safe, solid, and sound, especially FHA or anything like that. It's got to be a functioning house. The next one is codes, local regulations. Okay, if you're buying a piece of land in hopes of putting a trailer on it, go to planning and zoning in your municipality and sit down and talk to them about it before you do it. A lot of times they'll let you buy the property, but they won't let you build what you want. And that's the problem with the tiny homes and the mobile homes and the manufacturers and the modulars. You got to figure that out. That's usually what a real estate agent will do for you. They'll usually figure it out or no. But if you're going by yourself and you're just buying something over the counter with a quitclaim deed from a farmer, you need to go figure that out, or you might wind up with an expensive piece of property that they won't let you build anything on, because the government likes to tell us what we can and can't do on our own property. I know, it's just the game we're in, and there's not really much we can do about it. We let them get this far with it. Okay, last one I think I'm going to talk about are the rules of the neighborhood. Okay, so let's say you're buying into a mobile home zoning area. Let's say there's an HOA, and it's for a certain lifestyle. Over 50, it's a special golf course park or a certain lifestyle park. Well, you've got to abide by their rules and their regulations, and you're buying into that, whether you own the land underneath it or not. Just know those up front and know when you're going into it what to look for, that maybe I need to know whether the HOA says we can do this or not, or the park says this or not. Just know that up front. Oh, I want to talk about animals. Okay, most of the time underneath a mobile home, it's open. And a lot of times you'll get crazy animals underneath there. You'll get raccoons, you'll get squirrels, you'll get rats, you'll get snakes. You want to encapsulate the underneath. You want to block it off where things can't get in it. And also the wind will cut underneath them and really kind of make your mobile home not heat and cool very well. Oh, and I want to mention repairs. They have a lot of repairs because they're thin metal, and they tend to leak. They tend to not hold AC and heating very well. Just know that up front that you will be doing repairs on them, especially in big wind hurricanes, things like that, and even just opening and closing the door. A lot of times they're just very flimsy built. Some are built really good, some aren't. You just got to know. But in conclusion, here's how I'm going to break it down. Know how you're financing it. Know your 4-point. Buy a good one. Try to buy a newer one as possible. Know that they are going to depreciate very fast. Okay. They are not going to be worth what you paid for it. It's like buying a car. It's just not going to hold its value. It's going to be tough to finance. It's going to be tough to insure. You know, I would buy one that's strapped down, one that's built well, one's been taken care of, and you'll probably be fine. But just know these things before you start, that there could be an issue with all these things. I hate when people get disappointed at the end. They wanted this property and they wound up not getting it because of a lender or an insurance agent or whatever. I suggest using cash, bid into it well, don't overpay for one, you know, single wide, 65, 75,000 bucks, depending on, unless it's in a special spot, like a special community. Triple wides, double wides, they'll be better. They'll hold their value better. Don't overpay for them. And just know these things, that if it's a single wide, you're most likely not going to be able to finance it. And just be cognitive, if hurricanes coming your way, you might want to leave. Or a tornado, you might get caught up in it. But that's about all I got to say. Comment down below with your thoughts on owning a mobile home. If you have one, if it's been great. Yeah, happen to be a real estate agent here on the Gulf Coast of Florida. If you're wanting to buy or sell or whatever, email me down below. This is just what I've learned from over the years dealing with mobile homes, and I think people need to know. So I'll see you guys later.